What's good, Hollywood? Infidelities within celebrities is very common and sometimes shocking, but not surprising. However, when the sneaky link is with a nanny, it might hit too close to home for some. Today, we will recall the most shocking celebrity nanny scandals, going from least to most savage. Of course, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. We're going to get things started off with Rob Lowe. In April of 2008, Rob Lowe let it be known to the Huffington Post that his former nanny was suing him and his wife for $1.5 million. Their ex-nanny of 7 years, Jessica Gibson, was ready to expose the couple's personal lives and also alleges that Rob Lowe touched her inappropriately. Jessica Gibson has mentioned that Rob Lowe on several occasions would grab her inappropriately and touch her butt, while his wife Cheryl would walk around the house naked, and explicitly talked about their sex life. However, Rob Lowe and his wife pulled a Uno reverse card and filed a lawsuit against Jessica Gibson, but eventually both parties decided to drop the charges and go their separate ways. Next, we're going to move on to Mick Jagger. Well, Mick Jagger definitely has those moves because apparently he hooked up with his former nanny just 2 days after hiring her. In 2007, their former nanny came clean of the affair that happened back in the 90s. So basically, after the birth of his son, Mick Jagger and his former wife Jerry hired the nanny, Claire Houseman, in which she alleges that the first time she met Mick Jagger, he stepped out of the shower completely naked. Meanwhile, Mick Jagger's wife Jerry was literally just lying in bed next to them. So then, 2 days later, Mick Jagger used his rock star swagger and hooked up with Claire Houseman in the kitchen while his wife Jerry and their son were sleeping in the room next door. Now we're going to move on to Ben Affleck. In the midst of his separation from Jennifer Garner in 2015, Ben Affleck decided to get a head start on seeing other people and went for the family nanny. Their former nanny, Christine Ozunian, started working for Ben and Jen back in 2014. As we recall, during a family trip to the Bahamas back in 2015, Jennifer and Ben decided to announce their divorce. Meanwhile, the media and the general public were in a frenzy. Ben and Christine decided to leave the family vacation early and head to an event in Las Vegas. So we have Ben denying the situationship. We have Jennifer explaining that the entanglement happened after they separated. And then we have Christine showing all her friends intimate moments between her and Ben. The couple finalized their divorce in 2018 and do currently have a healthy co-parenting relationship. Now we're going to move on to a reality star, and that is Joe Giudice. Even before their arrest due to tax fraud, Teresa Giudice and Joe Giudice's marriage were on the rocks. Joe Giudice allegedly cheated on Teresa with their former 20-something-year-old nanny, Nicole Semelli. They began to sneak around as Teresa would go off to do promotional work, but eventually got comfortable getting frisky while Teresa was still in the house. So the two began to get sloppy with their actions, and Teresa believed the rumors for herself when she herself walked into the room and saw them kissing, allegedly. Teresa took quick action and fired that nanny in the summer of 2010. However, allegedly the two could not get enough of each other and would meet outside of the house. They were seen getting cozy at a restaurant in New York City. However, Teresa explained that it was not Nicole Semelli in the photos with Joe. Instead, it was one of his secretaries. Once Teresa was gearing up to serve her time in prison for their tax fraud stunt, she was on the hunt for an unattractive, out-of-shape female nanny to take care of her children, and even considered getting a gay male nanny. That way, Joe Giudice wouldn't cheat. Next, we're going to move on to another reality star, and that is Jon Gosselin. Jon Gosselin from Jen and Kate Plus 8 has had his fair share of celebrity scandals, but we're going to focus on the one with, of course, the nanny. Before Jon and Kate finalized their divorce, their former nanny, Stephanie Santoro, claimed that she hooked up with Jon about 9 times. The alleged hookups started when Jon asked Stephanie to give him a massage, which led to both of them going into the hot tub together, which led to them going into the spare room of the house and hooking up, while all of the other 8 kids were asleep. Santoro is pretty bold and even claims that Jon Gosselin told her that whatever you do, do not fall in love with me because it's going to be really hard to not fall in love with you. Next, we're going to move on to Gavin Rossdale. Gavin Rossdale and Gwen Stefani met in 1995, dated for 6 years, and got married in 2002. The couple seemed to have a picture-perfect family life, considering that they have 3 kids together. That was until January of 2015, when Gwen Stefani discovered that Gavin was having an affair with their nanny. One of the other nannies informed Gwen Stefani that she saw messages between their other former nanny, Mindy Mann, and Gavin Rossdale that were pretty flirtatious. Gavin denied the affair at first, but then admitted to having a 3-year affair with their former nanny. Gwen Stefani was quick to call their relationship quits and announced their divorce in August of 2015. Gwen Stefani also said that she definitely has other guys on her roster because not long after she announced her divorce, she began dating Blake Shelton. Blake Shelton also announced his divorce from Miranda Lambert in July of 2015. I do remember that there were rumors of an alleged affair between Gwen Stefani and Blake Shelton, as they did start off as friends on The Voice in 2014. A representative from Miranda Lambert stated that she was not surprised of the relationship. Meanwhile, Gavin Rossdale does believe those rumors and think that there was an affair going on. Next, we are going to move on to Jude Law. Sienna Miller and Jude Law met in 2003 and got married in 2004. A year later, in 2005, rumors came out that Jude Law had an affair with their former nanny. Their ex-nanny, Daisy Wright, did an interview and talked to the press about the affair and even provided descriptive recollections of the affair from her personal diary. She even alleges that one of Jude's children walked in on her and Daisy, which is how Sienna ended up finding out. Daisy obviously lost her job, and Jude Law came clean of the affair and expressed great regret. The former couple did survive this scandal as they were on and off. However, they eventually called it quits in 2011. Next, we're going to move on to Stephen Belafonte. Things definitely got a little spicy for Spice Girl Mel B, as she claims that their former nanny ruined her marriage. Their ex-nanny Lorraine started working for the couple in 2009 when she was just 19 years old. Lorraine claims that she did not just have an affair with Stephen, she actually slept with both Mel B and Stephen, and these occurrences lasted for about 7 years until she was let go in 2016. Meanwhile, Mel B also claims that Stephen got Lorraine pregnant and made her get an abortion. However, Lorraine has denied this accusation. Next, we're going to move on to Ethan Hawke. Ethan Hawke and Uma Thurman met in 1997 and got married in 1998, becoming a Hollywood power couple and share 2 kids together. Yet, they hit a rough patch in 2003 as they separated due to infidelity and eventually divorced in 2005. It was alleged that he was having an affair with their former nanny Ryan Shawn Hughes while she was a student at Columbia University. However, Ethan has denied these claims. However, it did not take long for Ethan and Ryan to find their way back again, as they began dating in 2005, marrying in 2008, and also have 2 kids together. Even though Ethan Hawke denies having a relationship with Ryan while he was with Uma, he must have found her attractive enough to date her right after he finalized his divorce. The weird part for me is that Uma's kids have to one day realize that their former nanny is now their stepmom. Next, we're going to move on to the late and great Robin Williams. Robin Williams was married to Valerie Velarde from 1978 to 1988 and have a son together. Throughout the marriage, Valerie knew that Robin Williams was a flirt and would let him have his affairs as long as he came back home. However, though, when he began having an affair with their former nanny, Marcia Marseilles, in the late 80s, she called the relationship quits and filed for divorce. Robin Williams and Marcia made their relationship official and got married in 1989 while she was pregnant with their daughter. The couple ended up staying together until 2010. Next, we're going to move on to the actor, the politician, Arnold Schwarzenegger. Arnold Schwarzenegger was married to Maria Shriver and also seemed to have a perfect family life. It wasn't until 1996 when Arnold Schwarzenegger stayed home to film a movie while the rest of the family went on a family vacation when he had an affair with their former nanny, Mildred Baenas. This hookup ended up leading to a secret child being born between Arnold and Mildred. That is their son, Joseph Baenas, who was born just days after Arnold welcomed a son with Maria. In the beginning, Arnold did not think that Joseph was his son until the resemblance became too uncanny. Maria confronted Arnold in couples therapy, and Arnold did come clean that Joseph is actually his son. The story became public in 2011, which is also the same time that Maria filed for divorce from Arnold and the time that Mildred was let go. While this was probably the messiest affair between a nanny and a celebrity, Arnold has taken the right steps to be a great present father figure for Joseph. So obviously, cheating in general is not okay, but when it's with the nanny, it's pretty whack. Some of these cases, it led to love, to quick divorces, to other children. However, there are so many other fish in the sea, but I guess the close proximity of having a nanny makes it easier to do the deed. Let me know in the comments if you guys agree or disagree with my rankings and what you think of these past celebrity scandals, and I will chat with you guys next time.